Hello, viewers, and welcome to yet another episode of Conversations with Yobosa. So, today's guest is what I call one of Nollywood's veteran game changers. She's been in the industry for over 3 decades as a Nollywood screenwriter, film producer, and director, with tons and tons of movie productions to her credit, such as Special Jollof, Code of Silence, She Devil, Playboy, and Reloaded. She has worked with a lot of Nollywood finest actors. Her name is Miss Emem Isong-Misodi. I had her on my show in season 1 because I'm sure some of you are like, wait, have I not seen this auntie before? Yes, I've had her on my show in season 1. But guess what? She's been busy with a lot more since I had her. I'm not going to talk about it, including the launch of AFFRICUFF, which is the African Cultural Film Festival here in Houston, my hometown, Houston. Obtaining an honorary doctorate degree from Leeds University. Besides the honorary degree, she is actually in a PhD program to obtain another doctorate, right? And she will talk to us about that. She's published a book called Phoenix Rising Out of the Ashes, all while continuing to entertain us with awesome Nollywood films and movies. Guys, we are here for this. So without further ado, welcome Miss Emem Misodi to Conversations. Welcome back again to the show.
Thank you. It's so good to be back. Thank you.
It's always a pleasure. So you've been busy. I just told my guest. AFFRICUFF, honorary doctorate degree, actual, doctorate degree, publishing a book. And this is all in addition to your day job, right? So how do you find the time to do all these many things? I mean, Nigeria, we're not the carry last, but still, even we're not the carry last, there are still levels. How do you find the time to do all these many things that you do?
Honestly, I don't even have an idea. Sometimes I ask myself that question.
And this is, guys, she's a mom, right? She's a mom, wife, mother of 3 children, including 7-year-old twins. Again, not be beans. So I asked the question again. You say even yourself, you asked me. How do you do it though? Seriously.
Well, I think it's just first and foremost, I'll say it's by God's grace, and then I'm someone who just likes to be active.
Okay.
I can't imagine, not just doing anything.
Right.
So I like to be doing something at every point in time in my life. So I guess that is what also kind of propels me, and of course, the search for dollars.
I know, right? All about the Benjamin.
What can we do? So I just keep doing this and that, and God has been merciful.
Right.
It's been difficult, but we pull through.
We'll plow through it. So talk to us about this honorary doctorate degree. How did it come about?
It's an honorary degree from the Lead Impact University.
Okay.
It's a university owned by, I think, Destiny Church, Bishop Cletus Bassi.
Okay.
And they felt that I was deserving because of my work around
contributions, right?
Contribution and all of that. So I was awarded that, and I was really grateful and honored that I was deemed worthy of that. So I was quite happy when it came, and I received it with joy.
Okay.
And also I was like, okay, I mean, if I knew, I probably wouldn't have started my PhD program I was doing anyways.
No, but I think that's a bit different though. I think
it is.
So speaking of which, let's talk about that. So now you're on the PhD program and you're almost done, right? Is that what I hear? Okay. Yes. So talk to us about it. What is it? What are you getting your PhD in? What university? And why did you decide to, go the mile really?
It's actually a PhD in Film and Media Studies from Farnham University in London.
Okay.
University of the Creative Arts, actually, in Farnham.
Okay.
Yeah, it's called UCA.
Okay.
And it's more of a creative university. I like the university because it's more practical based. My PhD it's a practical based PhD.
Okay.
So I'm doing a screenplay as well as analyzing the screenplay on one of the topics that I chose.
Okay.
I decided to do, well, let me say, I got some kind of scholarship to do it. It's not as if I went out of my way to say I want to do a PhD. It's not, it's not a bad idea.
It's not a bad idea. And it's not for the faint-hearted,
No, it is not. So many times I wanted to drop out. I can tell you that sometimes you cannot... I now understand why people say people doing PhD is sometimes you have to check your mental health.
Oh, wow.
It's not funny.
Yeah.
But I thank God I'm almost done.
Okay.
And since I run a school as well, the Real Arts Academy, and I'm trying to do something here in Houston about that. So it's not out of place to get a PhD. Okay. I don't necessarily want to lecture. I may, who
Okay.
knows?
Okay.
But I am enjoying the fact that I'm bringing a scholarly aspects
Right.
to what I do. So I thank God for the opportunity,
Okay.
and by God's grace, I hope I pass.
I'm sure you will. I'm sure you will. I'm sure you will.
Yeah.
Again, Nigeria, we're not the carry last, you
I'm
know.
telling you.
So, and we too study, you know, all the book, bachelor's, master's, PhD.
What you
Not only
do
us. Not only us. Okay. Now you mentioned the your Royal Arts Academy, but then there's AFFRICUFF, which is the African Cultural Film Festival that you've launched here in Houston. See, guys, I went for the I didn't go for the launch. I missed it because I think I was away. But I went for the opening.
Closing, the opening ceremony.
Yeah, the opening
Okay.
ceremony. And let's just say it was fantastic. Now, talk to us about AFFRICUFF. Like, why here and why now?
First, I opened the Royal Arts African Center.
Okay.
It's an African center that I have decided to open here in Houston.
Okay.
And that is because I live here now. When
Okay.
I relocated here, I knew that I wanted to continue in my art.
Okay.
I didn't see myself doing anything else. I know it's going to be tough. It's a tough terrain to to like maneuver. But I like taking bold steps, actually.
We can see that, yeah.
I decided to open the African Center.
Okay.
And I was wondering, okay, what am I going to use in launching this center? It's not just to open a center. I have to have a lot of activities.
Right.
I may not have the funding for that yet, but let me do something. So I decided to do the African Cultural Film Festival.
Oh, got
which
it.
was birthed by the African Center.
Okay.
And I've always been so passionate about culture.
Yeah.
In fact, you would call me, I think I should be called the cultural ambassador. It's from the films that I make, I'm very...
You should claim it. Claim it. Call yourself. We'll call you. If you call yourself that, we'll start calling you that, you know?
That's just, I'm very biased about films promoting my culture, my language.
Very
and
intentional about it,
yes.
right? Yeah.
So having an African Cultural Film Festival is really not out of place. And since I reside here in Houston now, and we have a very much cultural community, a lot of Nigerians here as well, a lot of Africans. So I thought, okay, let me do something to celebrate our culture, to serve as a meeting point for some of us, with like minds, and and have conversations surrounding how to promote our films, our culture through the medium of film.
Right, right. And I'm sure it's getting a lot of like accolades, because I read on social media, and you've started something and you've set the ball rolling, and it is just gonna roll. Like literally.
It was actually very tough. So many times I wanted to give up. I'm like, I'm not going to do this. Who sent me a message? But I thank God it was such a huge success. A lot of my colleagues flew in from all over the world to come for the event. I was actually surprised. A lot of filmmakers, film enthusiasts were very supportive. So I want to believe it's going to grow. We need funding as usual, but we'll try.
Yeah, but the thing is, with you've taken the first step, right? So the funding, and as it gains traction, all that is gonna come.
Amen.
You've already put it out in the universe. That's what I say. All that funding is gonna come. No, but kudos to you, sis.
Thank you.
And then there's the book you wrote, which I have personally read. I think the day it launched, I think I bought it from Amazon the very next day. Right?
Yes.
Sent you pictures. Yeah, I remember. I sent you pictures. I was like, and I read that book like in a night, like overnight. I couldn't put it down. So it is called Phoenix Rising Out of the Ashes. And guys, you can see the picture, in the caption below. So why now? What is the message in that book? I mean, I know what the message is because I've read it, but let's hear from you, right? Why did you start? Because it's a biography, right, of sorts.
Yeah.
So why now?
I felt as I had grown in my career.
Okay.
I've done quite a lot, if I may say so myself. I just felt that I should document something.
Okay.
And then, like people always say, if you don't tell your story, it's better you tell your story. Don't wait for another person to tell it for you.
Right.
So I decided to, and we started. I wouldn't want to say we started Nollywood, but I came into Nollywood at the very early stage.
Exactly.
Yes. It was when Nollywood was not even attractive, when there was no money. Not now that everyone is coming.
Now everyone is like
big players are coming. Everyone is wanting to take a piece of the pie.
Yes.
No, it was all about passion. When we first started Nollywood, there was so much going on, and I felt that no, we have to document this. So that's why I wrote the book about the first film I made, my childhood, how I struggled. At the point I threw in the towel. I said I'm relocating, but of course the love of the film and
drew me back.
I went back to Nigeria. I'm like, I must do this. So it's something that I had always wanted to do, and I think I'm working on it volume 2 as well, because I couldn't even say all.
I can't wait for the volume 2, because when I read it, then got to the end, I was like, okay, this is it. I felt like there should have been more, So this is great. Can't wait for the volume 2. I'll be the first to buy it. So tell us now. Let's get to know other aspects of you, right? So tell us, or take us back. Tell us something about your childhood that's memorable, and it could be anything from maybe the street you grew up on, your neighborhood, the people, the school you went to, maybe your grandma's cooking, just something that that's just nostalgic now.
Talking about my grandma's cooking. I love food.
Okay. I love Don't we all? Hey, foodie. My goodness, we're here. Mark register.
My grandma used to make the best white soup ever. White soup. So I think I remember that very well.
Okay.
And each time that she was visiting and I was visiting, I couldn't wait to eat that soup.
Okay.
So yes, I think that's one of the memorable things I remember about my childhood.
About your childhood. So do you used to help her make it, or you just kind of like, she just make it and you just want to eat? You need to do the eating.
Would they let you help it then? Grandmas, how they behave.
It's true, Sha. It's true.
They wanted to sit down. They said, maybe it's my mom.
Yeah. Of course, you better be in the kitchen. Grandmas are the best. Like, I think they just got enrichment and satisfaction and happiness from just having their grandchildren around.
Yeah.
So it's like, let me just go and cook. You people just be playing, just enjoy yourself, just eat. Just eat. That brought them satisfaction. Oh my goodness. So, how do you navigate you talked about Nollywood now and how you've been there from the beginning, how it started, in its infancy to what we're seeing now, where, so much success. So how do you navigate the ever evolving, Nollywood industry? There's challenges, there's rewards and all of that, right? So let me tell you, one of my favorite actors, and he's acted on a lot of your movies, is Maurice Sam. Maurice Sam, you must come on my show, please.
Yes, sir.
You must come on my show. But I can just imagine someone like a Maurice Sam, even just trying to get on his calendar to like book him. I'm sure it is packed. So how do you navigate all that?
That's a story for another day. For this 2024, Maurice Sam, even I cannot reach Maurice Sam.
Okay, just imagine now. So 2024, he's fully booked.
He's fully booked. I wish I had booked him
like last year for this year.
Yes.
Whoa.
And a lot of the actors, not just him, are like that. I don't know what's happening in Nollywood. It has just exploded.
Yeah.
And I'm very happy about that.
It's good for the industry.
This is an industry that people thought we were dropouts and everything. Look at it now.
Not serious people, Yes.
So I'm quite happy for him. I like to see them grow.
Right.
Of course, we will also groom the others.
Yes.
To be a Maurice Sam. Exactly. So if we cannot reach Maurice Sam, we will groom somebody.
Maurice Sam, make sure you're reachable. Yeah. But no, it speaks volumes on the just progress, right? Just within the industry, and the fact that, and of course, if you can't get on anyone's calendar, that person is highly sought after, and for you to be highly sought after, you're good at what you do. You're good at your craft. So that speaks volumes. And there are tons and tons. I can't even start naming them. Tons of outstanding actors in Nollywood now. You name it. Yeah, just
so many.
They gladdens my heart. Yeah.
I'm so happy. My sister, who's also a producer, she says, this is the best time to be a producer or an actor or someone in Nollywood, because especially back home in Nigeria, it's bubbling in Nollywood.
Yes.
We have our challenges. Yeah. Don't get me wrong.
That's with every industry. Yeah.
But there's hope, there's light at the end of the tunnel. There's so many openings and opportunities now, and entertainment industry is getting quite interesting and a place that we love to be in.
Yeah. So one more thing before I let you go. What's your take on the importance of storytelling? So you're in the business of storytelling, right? Through your movies, through your films. What's your importance on the act of storytelling to help to change or rewrite the Nigerian narrative?
I've always been big on storytelling. A story actually, to me, makes the film. You get that right before any other thing, and how you tell the story. So it behoves on us, the writers, the producers, to try to use that to at least bring the positive side of our country. And of course, we have the bad side.
Yes. That's in every country, right?
Exactly. So it is important to use that to try to paint positivity all around.
Right.
And I try to do that as much as I can in my movies, but I'm also very biased to women.
Okay.
And, and anything to do with female empowerment and all of that, and I bring that out a lot in my movies. I used to write a lot of my movies in the about 10-15 years ago.
Okay.
Now I rarely write the screenplay.
Okay.
I just create the stories and I have writers who write them. But hopefully I'll get back into writing actual screenplays. So I'm big on storytelling, and it's very important part of Nollywood involvement. I think that we need to use that to change the narrative.
Yeah. Guys, you heard it from the delightful Miss Emem Isong-Misodi. She is doing amazing work. Thank you so much for being here, for coming again. And I have a feeling this is not the last time you'll be here. Like, it is not the last time.
I will come before AFFRICUFF to promote AFFRICUFF.
Oh, there you go.
I will come.
Yes, oh, definitely. Please, we would love to have you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. It was a pleasure.
So, viewers, there you have it. We've been delighted, to have Miss Emem Isong-Misodi on the show. She continues to just push the envelope, right? Again, in addition to just continue to produce, outstanding films, outstanding movies in the Nollywood industry, she is doing fantastic things with her African Center here in Houston and helping to promote the African culture, and we are here for it. So viewers, I say, if you've not subscribed to my channel, go and subscribe. This is where we bring you people like her, who inspire us to be the best that we can be, and we really get into their minds to really understand, why do they do what they do? Like, what's in it for them? What's in it for us, right? And there's a whole lot of goodness. So until the next time on my show, I say, you stay safe and have a super sparkly one. Bye now.